Hey, pack leaders, this is Hian. I've been staying up late doing this fib calculator because EOS is at 450 right now, and we don't know how far low it's gonna drop. So I made this little Fibonacci calculator that kind of goes with the fib, you know, whatever. But let me just show you what's going on. So it's basically how to ladder in your purchases. So if let's say you want to buy, let's say $1,000 right here, then at 10% all the way down, if it was able to go down to this low, which is 55 times less, and here's a calculation, by the way. It's just all it is just 1.618 divided by the Fibonacci ratio. So it's 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 3 plus 5 is 8, all the way down. And then all I do is 1.168 divided by that number, and that just kind of gives me the ratio of the fib, times it by the price, and this is the price that you'd buy it at per USD. And we did 10% all the way down. This is how many coins we would buy, and that's how we get more and more as it drops further and further down. Now, ideally, realistically, who knows? I think maybe right here might be more realistic. So what we could do is just to maybe cut it off around here. Who knows, if it does drop down to 50 cents, that'll be amazing. But then we can pick up more and more and more. So there it is. I think maybe, who knows, just benefit out 50 cents here. I'll probably just kind of stop it right there, and I'll probably add a little thing here to kind of gauge how much I can spend total wise. So I could just say, hey, equals this. Alright, so I spend $100 on that, and this will be this plus one above it, and it's $200. And I just kind of calculate all the way down. So if I want to spend $1,000, I could say, hey, oops, I messed it up. 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. Alright, so here, this makes more sense. Yeah. So around here, I would have spent $500 if it drops down to, say, 90 cents. But if I actually want to spend $1,000 at this point, I just raise this amount here to 2,000, and that way I can buy more up front and say, hey, by the time it reaches 90 cents per coin, I would have to spend $1,000 that I want to, and I'm a pretty happy guy. If it goes any below that, I would not have any more money left over, but I will probably have to redo my Fibonacci's and say, hey, let's dump more money, or keep buying 200 and just keep adding to my position as it comes down, and then this is the amount that I need to buy in order to ladder in that amount. So you can see you can just accumulate more and more as it brings down. So this is just a calculator. I'm going to go ahead and just pre-set up my purchases and not worry about how low it drops, so then I can then ladder in on this. So for those of you guys who believe in EOS, it's cheap. It's going to be replacing Ethereum, and so I'm going to put this on my EOS fans playlist here, and I'm going to probably talk more about EOS and what it is and what it's all about. But that's what I would do to ladder in. Every time you contribute, recalculate it, and just put your orders in, so when it does drop at that fidelity of a level, we could just buy in. Now, this is pretty broad, I'd say, maybe as these factors here. So it looks like maybe, who knows, it might just hit this point only. But if you wanted to actually go into more detail, then maybe we can do that with something like halves, maybe. Just kind of do 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, or 1.25, 2.25, so you could actually put more purchases along the way. That could be an ideal way to do it, so that it's not so broad. So you're just gonna have to add some more lines to it and go with it that way. So for example here, 1, and then we'll put 1.5, 2. Oh, did I mess something up? Yeah, let's not mess with this. So 2, and then 2.5 kind of thing, and then that way you can have a little more fidelity and say, hey, around 250 I already spent $800, but I was able to buy more prices along the way at 450, actually 45, 360, 290, 161, $1 further down that way. So there's a little more segments in sense. So I'm just gonna restore everything now. Okay. Hope this guys helps you guys ladder in. Buy those EOS up, and we'll talk to you then. Bye.